The Dark Legacy, unveiling the crimes of Shawn Grate. In a small town filled with ordinary lives, a chilling incident unfolds, shattering the illusion of safety. This is the story of Shawn Grate, a man with a dark past and a deadly secret. Shawn Michael Grate was born on August 8, 1976, in Marion, Ohio. At first glance, he appeared to be a happy child, playing softball and getting along with other kids. But beneath the surface, there were signs of trouble. His half-sister Barbara recalls that Shawn had learning disabilities and a penchant for starting fires. The school was a challenge for him, resulting in his repeating kindergarten and the first grade. Despite these setbacks, he possessed a charming and amicable personality. However, Shawn's life took a dark turn when his parents divorced just 2 days before his 6th birthday. 5 years later, his mother left the family for good, leaving Shawn with his father. The absence of his mother deeply affected him, nurturing a disturbing fantasy. Throughout his high school years at River Valley High, Shawn excelled as a baseball player. But fate dealt him a cruel blow when he suffered a fractured arm, abruptly ending his dreams of a sports career. His downward spiral began, marked by despondency and self-isolation. A court psychiatrist described Shawn as a kind of a depressed kid, attributing his emotional struggles to childhood neglect and detachment. After graduating high school in 1995, he fell into a troubled crowd, engaging in drug use and drifting through life. There is no record of him pursuing further education. On November 24, 1994, Shawn's criminal journey began when he was arrested for grabbing his girlfriend's throat. This incident foreshadowed the violence that would plague his future. In 1996, he committed burglary, resulting in a 4-year prison sentence. Despite his conviction, Shawn's release came sooner than expected. He went on to commit further heinous acts, breaking into the home of his pregnant 17-year-old girlfriend and subjecting her to physical and verbal abuse. Charges were filed, but his reign of terror was far from over. It was at the 4th Street laundromat where Shawn Grate's sinister deeds would reach their peak. From 2006 to September 2016, 5 women would fall victim to his murderous intentions. Their lives were cut short, and their dreams were extinguished. The investigation into Shawn Grate's crimes would reveal a troubled childhood, marked by neglect and emotional turmoil. The connection between childhood experiences and the development of a predator's mindset cannot be ignored. While not all serial killers have experienced child abuse, studies have shown a correlation between parental maltreatment and homicidal tendencies. It is a complex interplay of various factors that contribute to the making of a killer. In the heart of a small town plagued by darkness, Shawn Grate's sinister journey took a chilling turn. After serving a brief sentence for abduction and violating his probation, Shawn Grate embarked on a relentless criminal campaign that spanned from 2003 to his eventual arrest in 2016. His extensive rap sheet included charges ranging from drug and alcohol offenses to financial crimes, domestic violence, and theft. Despite his troubled past, Shawn possessed a charismatic charm and good looks that attracted numerous romantic partners. However, behind closed doors, his true nature emerged. An anonymous ex-girlfriend described him as abusive, degrading, and argumentative, shedding light on the dark side that lurked beneath his charming facade. In 2011, Shawn married Amber Bowman, and they welcomed a daughter into the world. However, their relationship quickly deteriorated, and Shawn abandoned his family just 6 days after their daughter's birth. The couple divorced, and tensions escalated as Shawn grew increasingly aggressive towards Amber. Amber received threatening text messages from Shawn, indicating a disturbing desire for control and revenge. Despite her concerns, she initially dismissed the messages, unaware of the danger that lay ahead. As Shawn's behavior escalated, Amber sought help, filing a police report and requesting a temporary order of protection. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, the court granted her the protection order. However, this only marked the beginning of Shawn's downward spiral. Shawn became a nomad, drifting from place to place, often homeless within Ashland County, Ohio. He faced legal trouble for criminal non-support of his children and was constantly on the move, searching for stability and resources. In March 2015, a grim discovery shook the community. The remains of 31-year-old Rebecca Leacy were found in Mifflin, Ashland County. Her death was initially ruled as a drug overdose, but suspicions arose due to the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. On June 20, 2016, Shawn's run-ins with the law took a dramatic turn. A sheriff's deputy stopped him for suspicious behavior and discovered an outstanding warrant for felony child support. When the officer tried to apprehend him, Shawn fled, evading capture despite attempts to immobilize him with a stun gun. Shawn sought refuge in a secluded wooded area near Mifflin, constructing a makeshift shelter to survive. Desperate and without resources, he resorted to breaking into nearby trailers for essentials, constantly on the move to avoid detection. In mid-July, Shawn stumbled upon a vacant home at 363 Covert Court in Ashland County. Seizing the opportunity, he decided to squat there, taking refuge within its empty walls. In the grips of a horrifying ordeal, Jane Doe musters the courage to make a desperate phone call, seeking help from the depths of her captivity. Dispatcher.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Jane Doe.
By the 4th Street Laundromat.
Dispatcher.
What is it? 4th Street Laundromat? What's the problem?
Jane Doe.
I've been assaulted.
Dispatcher.
Who assaulted you?
As Jane Doe shares her traumatic experience with the dispatcher, her voice quivers, burdened with the weight of her suffering. The call sets in motion a rapid response from the local authorities, a glimmer of hope for Jane Doe and the other victims trapped in Shawn Grate's web of darkness. Within moments, law enforcement descends upon the 4th Street Laundromat, where Jane Doe awaits liberation from her tormentor. As officers secure the area, their collective determination to bring justice to those who suffered at Shawn Grate's hands strengthens. Jane Doe, fragile yet resilient, is tenderly guided to safety, escaping the clutches of her captor. Inside the laundromat, investigators meticulously gather evidence, unraveling the dark secrets hidden within its walls. The search intensifies for Elizabeth Griffith, another victim ensnared by Shawn Grate's malevolent intentions. The community unites in their efforts to bring her home. Meanwhile, the investigation into the disappearance of Stacey Stanley gains momentum, and her loved ones are consumed by worry as they tirelessly seek answers. Shawn Grate, the mastermind behind these heinous acts, is apprehended, his reign of terror coming to a sudden halt. In the halls of justice, the survivors bravely testify, their voices echoing with determination, determined to ensure that Shawn Grate faces the consequences of his unspeakable crimes. In the aftermath, a community unites to support the survivors, providing solace and strength as they begin the arduous journey of healing. In the face of unspeakable darkness, the survivors find the courage to rebuild their lives, reclaim their voices, and shed light upon the shadows. Jane Doe.
Please, hurry! I managed to escape from the bedroom, but I'm trapped in the house.
Dispatcher.
Stay on the line with me, Jane. We have officers on their way to help you. Can you see any signs of them outside?
Jane Doe.
No, I can't see anything yet.
Outside, police officers scramble, searching for the house where Jane Doe is held captive, determined to bring her to safety. Dispatcher.
Jane, stay strong. Help is on the way. Can you describe your surroundings? Anything that could help us find you?
Jane Doe.
I'm at the door on the right-hand side of the house. It's locked, and I can't get out. Please, hurry.
Dispatcher.
The officers are in the area. Just hold on a little longer. Is there a window nearby? Maybe you can see if they're outside.
Jane Doe.
Yes, I'm looking out of the window. Please tell them to come back quickly.
Dispatcher.
They're aware of your location. Stay strong, Jane. Help is on its way.
The tension rises as officers comb the area, determined to find the house and rescue Jane Doe from her captor's clutches. Dispatcher.
Jane, can you hear any sounds outside? Are the officers approaching?
Jane Doe.
No, I don't hear anything yet. Please, tell them to hurry.
Dispatcher.
They're doing everything they can, Jane. Just hold on a little longer.
Jane Doe.
I'm trying to unlock the door, but it's still jammed. I need to get out.
Outside, the officers inch closer to the house, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Their mission, to rescue Jane Doe. Dispatcher.
Jane, help is here. The officers are just outside. Stay where you are, and they will find you.
Inside the house, the officers make their way through the rooms, their eyes scanning for any sign of Jane Doe. Jane Doe.
I hear them. I hear the officers. They're coming.
Dispatcher.
Stay on the line with me, Jane. We'll make sure you're safe.
The moment arrives as the officers burst into the room, their presence a beacon of hope in the darkness. Jane Doe is enveloped in the arms of a compassionate police officer, her ordeal finally coming to an end. What appeared to be an ordinary meeting took a dark turn, forever altering Stacy's fate. As the investigation unfolded, another victim emerged, Elizabeth Griffith. Her vulnerability became the target of Shawn's sinister desires. Innocence shattered, Elizabeth found herself ensnared in a nightmare, her destiny sealed within the confines of an ominous house. Enter the harrowing realm of the interrogation room, where Shawn Grate was confronted, and the chilling truth of his crimes began to unravel. In the pursuit of justice, interrogators sought answers, and Shawn's bone-chilling confessions exposed the depths of his darkness, devoid of remorse. Step outside the confines of the interrogation room, as relentless investigators meticulously scour the crime scene, unveiling the horrifying evidence piece by piece. Every item collected, every trace discovered, brings to light the disturbing rituals and twisted tools employed by Shawn Grate in his heinous acts. In the aftermath of Shawn Grate's reign of terror, a community grappled with profound grief, forever scarred by the senseless loss. Witness the resilience of friends, family, and neighbors as they unite in their pursuit of healing, determined to honor the memories of those whose lives were tragically cut short. Shawn Grate.
Somewhere along the line, she felt threatened. I'm still trying to piece together what went wrong exactly with Stacy and me. I didn't have any thoughts, but I do remember when she grabbed her mace and sprayed me. I turned her around and put her on the bed, right?
Shawn's chilling recollection takes us back to the moment when Stacy Stanley fought back, spraying him with mace as she desperately tried to defend herself. Shawn Grate.
She did this backhand and kind of got me. She sprayed me again, and I told her, that's a good shot. But then, I just lost it. I turned her around and did pretty much the same thing. I clenched on and did not let go.
As Shawn describes the horrific details of the murder, a sense of darkness engulfs the room, echoing the depths of his twisted actions. Shawn's cold and detached account paints a haunting picture of Stacy's final moments, suffocated by his merciless grip. The room fills with a chilling silence as Shawn's admission of unrelenting brutality sinks in, highlighting the depth of his depravity. In the aftermath of Stacy's murder, Shawn Grate's dark secrets continued to unravel. He confessed to further heinous acts that shocked investigators and rocked the community. The discovery of additional victims, each with their own tragic stories, revealed the extent of Shawn's reign of terror. Legal proceedings began, and Shawn Grate faced the consequences of his monstrous actions. With multiple charges of murder against him, the courtroom became the stage for justice to be served. After a trial that exposed the depths of Shawn's depravity, the jury rendered their verdict, finding him guilty. The media coverage of the trial captured the attention of a shocked nation, exposing the chilling reality of Shawn Grate's crimes. Shawn Grate's fate was sealed as he was sentenced to the ultimate punishment, death. His execution is scheduled for 2025, marking the final chapter in his dark and twisted story. Throughout the years, Shawn's mother, Teresa McFarland, granted just one interview, expressing her sorrow over the changes she witnessed in her son. She described him as estranged from the family, acknowledging that drugs and prison had transformed him. Teresa emphasized that despite his charming appearance, the devil can also be alluring, capable of deceiving anyone. She lamented the loss of the once promising young man she knew. However, those who encountered Shawn in recent times had a different impression. According to the Mansfield News Journal, people described him as lazy and unwilling to work, relying on exploiting vulnerable women or taking advantage of kind individuals, especially those with financial means. Their encounters painted a picture of a man devoid of remorse, who seemed to derive satisfaction from preying on others. In an unsettling statement to a news reporter, Shawn revealed his distorted perspective on his victims. He callously stated that the women he murdered were already dead in their minds, attributing it to the state taking away their autonomy when they started receiving government assistance. He claimed to have confessed to the crimes as a means of freeing himself from the burden of his actions. However, he expressed fear of the impending death penalty, admitting his preference to die on his terms rather than at the hands of the state. Now confined to prison, Shawn Grate spends his days immersed in reading the Bible and working on oil canvas paintings. It is a stark contrast to the life he once led, a life defined by manipulation, violence, and the snuffing out of innocent lives. As he awaits his final judgment on death row, Shawn is left to confront the consequences of his choices and the weight of the suffering he inflicted upon others. This concludes the haunting tale of Shawn Grate, a man whose descent into darkness left a trail of shattered lives and a community forever scarred by his heinous crimes. May the victims find peace, their memories forever cherished, and the scars of their loved ones slowly heal over time. As for Shawn Grate, his story serves as a chilling reminder of the depths humanity can sink to and the importance of justice, prevailing in the face of such evil. Discover the chilling truth of Shawn Grate's crimes. Watch the full video to uncover the horrifying details behind his heinous acts. Delve into the mind of a killer as we unravel the shocking secrets hidden beneath his charming facade. Subscribe now for more true crime investigations. Click to join us on this gripping exploration of the dark side of humanity.